have all gone wrong. You'd be seeing a lot of this test card this evening. Anyway, let's bang on to the next section. GBS screen, that's right. Gloatysock broadcasting system. I'm somewhat irritated this evening, but I'll tell you the details in a minute. Oh, hang on. Bang on to the highlight screen. There we are. Well, I'll put the highlights. I'm running a bit behind on putting all the episodes up recently, but see what happens. I'm not expecting many people watching this one because I've not really been pushing it today. Yep, 0 people watching. As I expected, as is to be expected when you are neglecting your public, yeah. Let's see, I'll have to probably summon them up on Twitter or something. Hopefully people remember, but it's very difficult. Let's see what happens. Oh. It's been a rubbish day so far. This has not been very good because I've been trying to bring you a new feature and it's just not happened. So let's see what happens. Hopefully everyone can hear me. If they can't hear me, this is going to make this all rather rubbish, you see. But anyway, might as well get on with the program, I suppose. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? People out there. Is there anybody out there, first of all? Say, oh, screen's in the wrong place. I've been trying ever so hard to bring you such a wonderful new feature. And it's all gone wrong. I'm very sad about it. But there you go. Right. Oh, that's Twitter. That is no good to me. Off-camera assistant. Oh, no, hang on. It might be. Hang on. But see. We got one viewer. Hello, viewer. If you're out there, can you tell me if you can hear me, please? There's been technical problems. I was trying to do something. Right, 2 people, please. One of you 2 people, please tell me if you can hear me. Because I've been messing around with the audio for ages and it's very irritating. I wish I could tell you what I was up to, but very annoying. It's only going to be a short program today, I think. Very short, so let's see if anybody comes along. 2 people. Oh, it's Craig. Yes, he can hear me. Fabulous. Thanks for your help earlier, Craig. Thank you very much. Sorry I didn't get very far with it. Yeah, Craig was helping me out test something. But we never got that far with it, did we, Craig? It was a disaster. Right, I better put the call to arms out on Twitter. I'm really disappointed. I thought it was going to be amazing. A new amazing feature. I've got all this equipment around here. Nothing works. Nothing. Oh, what's this? 100 homes evacuated in Nottingham due to a gas leak. Huh. Yeah, nothing ever works. Why does technology never work? You have all this technology, spend all this money. I've got microphones and audio things and software, yeah, and nothing works. Nothing ever works. Even this thing conks out every now and then, yeah. It's really annoying. That Craig there, ready to help me. Whew. Let's see where this tweet is. I'm going to call to arms. Let's get people in. Do. Trying to find decent tweets to send out. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll just send that one out again. Because we're probably going to have a quick chat about Newcastle, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. Not that I'm bothered about them. They can do what they want today. I just wanted my feature for you people. For you people. You loyal viewers. Okay, let's see. Let's get it sorted out. Gloatysock live. Ooh. Gloatysock live is on right now. Join us. Stick an NUFC in there as well. Tweet that right out. There we go. Beautiful. See if we got any comments. 3 people still watching. Yeah, well, I was hoping to bring an amazing new feature which would have brought us amazing new levels of interactivity. Can you hear how hoarse my voice is? Oh, I probably shouldn't say that my voice is hoarse around in case any Newcastle supporters come. But yeah, my voice is quite harsh because I've been trying to get this amazing new feature to work. Oh, I'm so sad I haven't been able to get it to work. Maybe it'll be ready for tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a show on Saturday. Oh, it was going to be so good. Oh, I'm despondent. Right, so I know you're out there, Craig. Who's the other person? Is that you, anime girl? Are you still hanging around? No, you saw me when I was doing some testing. Oof. No, this is very... It really is... We need some technical people on here to explain to me why this isn't working. What's happening? I'm very hungry as well now. Did I only post that 50 seconds ago? Oh. Yeah, so, is this true? Craig was telling me earlier. Is Rafa gone? Is that it? Is he in? Is he in at Newcastle? Please let me know. Oh, got a notification. Oh, okay, here we go. This is from Harry, I expect. Yeah, Harry, desperate to know when the next programme is on. I'll tell him it is on now. There we go. See, some people, you know, they just expect their viewers to turn up, but I round them up one by one. Yeah. That's how we beat Nuts TV in the viewing stakes. Yes. You'll keep our camera off camera assistant. That's it. You'll just shift over. That's right. Well, I've got another video actually pre-recorded in the can. Not sure if it's any good, but that needs to be finished. Lots of things going on at the minute in the world of Gloatysock. I've been talking to one of my designer friends recently. Yes. Let's have a look. In fact, a few of my designer friends hoping to get the merchandise that you are knocking down my door for. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's just one person. Maybe it's just you and me, Craig. Maybe it's just you and me. You and me against the world. 0. That's it. No viewers. Everybody's gone. I'm just by myself. I could say anything now. I could go completely crazy. Yeah, I can speak in tongues. Nobody's watching. Oi, T-Box. Hello, Gloaty. Nobody's watching at all now. Let's go potty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, no, somebody watching now. Hello there, viewer. Was nobody watching there, and we didn't go completely bonkers and do loads of crazy stuff at all, did we, T-Box? Oh, no, we wouldn't do that. No, we dropped down to 0 viewers. Yeah, but we didn't do anything crazy. We were just calm and cool and collected, weren't we, T-Box? Well, I suppose so, yeah. Oh, yeah, no funny business, none at all. Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's 2 viewers now. Listen, both of you viewers, we never did anything crazy when we dropped to 0 viewers. No. No, we were nice and calm. That's right, isn't it? Both of you, we were calm. That's correct, yes. Completely calm. Nothing crazy happened whatsoever. That'd be our little secret, wouldn't it? Oh, what's that? Somebody's laughing next door. Laughing. Maybe they're laughing at us. Well, it'd be rather cruel if they were, Gloaty. Well, I don't know. Maybe we deserve it. Oh, it's gone up to 3 again. Oh, it's teetering up to 3. Yeah, I haven't really promoted this programme because we were going to do a nice cosy one. We just thought have a few people. Because we had an amazing new feature that I was trying to get working and it just would not work. And it's driven me bonkers. Does anybody out there know anything about audio routing? Because it appears that I don't, and neither does the off-camera assistant. I wouldn't even ask you, T-Box. You'd have no idea about audio routing, would you?
No, that's something I'd leave to the gaffer boy or whatever they call him. You know, the sound chap.
Yeah, you'd probably leave him to him. Audio mixing chap. If you was doing Juliet Bravo, or The Gentle Touch, or Cat's Eyes, or something like that, wouldn't you?
Yes, that's probably what I would do, yes, yes. Anyway, I think I'll take a little lie down over here, Gloaty.
Alright then, see you in a minute, T-Box. Oh, my eyes are falling off now. Can you sort that out, off-camera assistant? See, this is not going to be a good programme. I'd highly recommend. There's probably something more interested on. Probably football or something like that. It's much more interesting. You may find more entertaining. Because I'm all wound up now because I couldn't get this stupid thing I wanted to work, which would have been great. There's Lee Dunn. Alright, Lee Dunn, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I deliberately didn't really tell people about this programme because we had such an amazing new feature, new thing that I was going to do, and it was going to be highly interactive and exciting and innovative, and then it just didn't happen. Would you believe it? Up until 5 minutes before this programme, I didn't even have any sound for this programme. Yeah, that's right. It was going to be a programme with no sound, and I tell you what, it's hard enough carrying this for 2 hours, speaking. Doing it with mime was going to be even worse, you know. It's a challenge. It's difficult. You have to be, refined, expertise and all that. Why have you still got that up on the screen? Get rid of it. Wirecast. Rubbish. Get Twitter off. Twitter's going to do us no good. We're going to have we got 4 people. We're going to do a good programme for these 4 people. It might not be a long one, but it's going to be a good one. Right, Lee, tell us what's going on with you then. And somebody tell me, is it true? Has Rafa Benitez, is he in at Newcastle? Somebody tell me. Because I've not been reading the news. I've been trying to test this stupid new feature that does not work. Oof, I'm so wound up about it. Let's have a look on the news, see if we can find out anything about this. Rafa Benitez. He's just a fat Spanish waiter. Fat Spanish waiter. That's what they used to sing, wasn't it? It's a bit cruel. He's just a fat Spanish waiter. One of our biggest friends on this channel's actually Spanish, yes. Santiago Santa Maria, yeah. He's not a fat Spanish waiter. He's probably quite muscly. Never seen him, but he does plastering all over the world. He's a trans international. Not a trans. He's not trans as far as we know. I think he was born a man, and he still is a man. Yes, and he probably will be forevermore. But if he did become a trans, that's no problem. We wouldn't worry. Well, I wouldn't be bothered. He do what he wants. Like them two that directed The Matrix. Yeah. They're why am I looking at Formula 1? The Matrix, they've both become trans. Never seen The Matrix. People go on about it, but it holds no interest for me because I generally only like films from the 20s and Star Wars. Anyway, let's have a look. Is there any news about Rafa on the internet? I don't think that'll make a song. Do 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 do. Oh, Benitez is preferred target. No, I don't think there's any confirmation yet. Let's have a look, see what other people. Oh, okay, we've got people are talking. We've got Lee Dunn. Okay, Lee says, how was my week? My week's been alright. Bit annoyed I didn't get this feature working. Craig S says he's back. Good. Oof. Right, Lee Dunn says, hasn't confirmed, but he thinks he has. Okay. Then Craig S says, Rafa will be a flop. I think that's what we're hoping. Lee Dunn says he hopes he will, Craig, but doesn't think he will be. And Craig S says it's really bad news for us. Look, I'll tell you what I think, okay? Rafa Benitez, okay? Has he ever been in this position before with a team on the verge of relegation? I am not sure. And I'm not sure if he's the right man to get him out of relegation. To be honest, I think I would have been a little bit more concerned if it was someone like Nigel Pearson. Oh, Lee Dunn thinks we might lose the derby as well. We might do, but still, it's a tall order, you know. I mean, has McLaren been sacked yet? Because until he's sacked, he's still in charge for the Leicester match, you know. So, if he's in charge for Leicester, are they going to sack him after the Leicester match, the top in the league? I'm not sure, you know. Oh, Craig S thinks it's 0-0 written all over it next week. I think it's, if Rafa's in, I think it's a little bit more worrying because of the bounce effect. But I don't know. I think it would be nice to. Well, look, I think it's if they beat us, then I think they'll probably kick on. So we've got a real fight then because we're going to have to win a lot of our remaining matches. It suddenly looks a lot more hairy for us. Lee Dunn says at the moment he'll take a 0-0 because he's very nervous. Well, I wouldn't blame you for taking a 0-0, but I think we could really do with a win. I mean, I just think these 3 pointers we've dropped, all these 3 points we've dropped. I mean, even just that 3 points that we dropped on the week, 2 points we dropped on the weekend. I mean, could you imagine how important those were? Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot tighter than we were thinking. No, and the gap is that much more, just above the relegation. So this is possibly the tightest one ever, I think. I mean, we've been in worse positions league-wise, but the fixtures and everything, the pile up. And we don't perform well when we're playing a lot of matches in a row. Craig S says if Newcastle can pull off Rafa Benitez, he thinks we can get someone like Pellegrini. I'll tell you what, I think Rafa Benitez would be absolutely stupid to go to Newcastle. I can only see him going if he has got a cast iron guarantee that he'll be managing the club next season if they stay up. And I mean, well, I just can't see it happening. Honestly, I tell you what, I don't think he wants to go there. I think there's much bigger clubs that would want him. Much bigger clubs. I tell you what, you can see I'm ruffled and racked because look at my face, I'm all over, my eyes hanging off. It's terrible, this. Yeah, Lee says, watch us go down by that 1 point or something daft, and that Southampton will come back and bite us. I mean, that's not the only one we've dropped, though, is it? There's tons we've dropped. And PVA has been to blame. If we get relegated, I've said this for a while, if we get relegated, it's PVA's fault. It's PVA. Because he has cost us so many points. He seems like such a lovely man, but he cost us so many points. Oh, Craig says Rafa to, well, I won't say what you said, but to the our friends up at Newcastle, and then he's got lots of pound signs in a row. Look, I don't know if pounds is going to be enough. I really don't. I don't know. Would you do it? Tie yourself up with a club like Newcastle. I mean, what manager has gone to Newcastle and come out good? You know, has come out looking alright. Don't forget, McLaren was still had a bit of prestige when he went there. Now he's coming out looking like, you know, like an absolute clown. Who would want to go there? It's an absolute poison chalice. I'm not convinced. I'm not. I could even see them finishing the season with McLaren. I really could. Leydon says he can't understand why we never got left back. I don't understand. I would have signed Ashley Cole. I would have wanted a lot of money, but I would have happily have paid it. Yeah, and Lee says must be a young lad in the under-21s. Somebody said in the last programme that the lad we had in the under-21s is terrible as well. So, I don't know, but you would have thought, after we had a player like Josie Altidore, and we'd seen what he'd done in Holland, we might have thought twice about buying a player that was a Dutch defender, you know, who'd played in Holland. Because we should have figured out then that Dutch defenders aren't exactly the benchmark of quality. And I think that's putting it kindly. I mean, well, another kind of mark of quality. I mean, they're awful. He's a terrible, terrible player. I mean, he seems so nice, but terrible player. Abysmal. He's probably one of the worst players I've ever seen play for Sunderland. And I know people think that's harsh, but it's better being a bad player and being an obviously bad player than being a player that has such an impact in such a negative way, and so many people will argue is good. It makes it harder to get rid of him. It's like the worst kind of player you can be. If he was rubbish and everyone agreed he was rubbish, he'd be the better kind of rubbish player. Does that make sense? He's terrible. And if we get relegated, which is looking very likely if Rafa does come and get somewhere, I still think if he does come and he blows the first couple of matches and they're doomed. But it's also Newcastle. I'm pretty sure one of the two of us are going to be in there. It's not looking too good. Not looking too good at all, kiddo. Can't see us both climbing out. We need to put together serious run of results. Real win. We need like 4 results in a row. Craig S says we need to keep Big Sam if we did go down. I'd agree with that, but unfortunately we're going to lose pretty much our whole squad, I think. Leydon says it's like Cattermole does a good thing and everyone loves him again. Cattermole's quite a frustrating player because I see why people get frustrated with him, because last season for a while, I mean, he was outstanding. Sort of after Christmas time, his statistics were in the top 5 in Europe for his position. He was one of the best. And then he just he had a bad run, you know. Very bad run, in fact. But what can you do? You know, I wouldn't get rid of him. I like lots about him, but it's just, I think he ends up covering too much ground. You know, there's been times where he's run himself into the ground. He does stupid things. Craig S says parachute payments will keep us Premiership wages for one season. Yeah, that's true, but will the players stay? Most of them will have clauses to get out, you know. Lee Dunn says if we could do a Leicester, he wouldn't mind. It's not impossible. I think we could, because I think Sam, with a clear run and another transfer window, well, I certainly think he'd sort the left-back situation out. I really hope he would. Because I don't think I could watch Sunderland anymore in another season of PVA chucking away points. I mean, honestly, we could be in European challenging positions. This is not an exaggeration. If you took PVA out of the equation, we could really be safe in the second half of the table and not out of Europe, you know. I know it sounds like madness, but when you add up all the mistakes he's made, all the points, the critical mistakes that have cost us points, yeah. Lee Dunn says Cattermole's like Danny Graham, means well but not good enough. Well, I think that's a bit harsh, because Danny Graham's utterly ineffective player, utterly ineffective. Should never have left Watford, really, or Middlesbrough, wherever he ended up. Should never have left, but utterly ineffective for us. Whereas Cattermole's had his moments where he has been outstanding. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. It could be rubbish, my opinion. It probably is rubbish. Just having a quick check, see if there's any information for me to do. No? Yeah, so it's a real shame because, well, Lee, I tell you, because Craig knows, I was hoping to take phone calls tonight. I was going to just have a real quiet programme and test with taking calls, but I just couldn't get it to work. It's so frustrating. I've come assistant was pulling his hair out and he hasn't got much. Most of it came out from, hair that grows all over his body because he's a bit strange mutated. So Lee Dunn says that Danny Graham tried, but he can't score and he's useless. Yeah, I think Danny Graham's one of those players who actually was quite promising. When he played for Watford, he wasn't that bad a player. He's actually got worse as his career's progressed. He probably picked up an injury somewhere that just took his edge off, and that's it, he's finished. Lee Dunn says, was that the no thing? Yeah, it was. I really wanted to take calls today. Really wanted. And I thought we had it working. And then Craig was all ready to test it with me about an hour before the programme started. And then I was just about to test it with him and I realised it wasn't working at all anyway. And then about 20 minutes before I thought I had it working. And it just randomly stopped working. Then it didn't work at all. And I just thought, oh no, we're not going to be able to use this. I've been working on it since 3 o'clock this afternoon. 3 o'clock, it's a long time. But yeah, I was really hoping to have that up and going. It was going to be awesome. Everyone could call in and have a chat with me, and we could talk about whatever. Probably get some abusive people, I expect. That's okay, we can deal with them. But no, it all went wrong. So really disheartened by that. I'll probably be up until who knows when in the morning trying to get that to work, I expect. So today I'm just going to do a quick program, I think, probably just an hour's worth or something. We'll cut it there and then I'll get back to the drawing board on that. But I did promise a program tonight, so I will deliver. Yes. Loads of other things we're trying to work on behind the scenes. Like maybe getting a proper background with a bit of something to it, Look at this background, it's all white. Nothing to this background. It's a bit boring, really. 5 people are watching though. Some people just like to watch and just, relax. Because it's something different, isn't it? Look at my eye falling off. Can you stick that back on? That's not going to last. That could have been done with re-sticking while we were trying to sort out all this catastrophe. I'm starving hungry as well now. Yeah. Have you eaten? No, me neither. You left that hot cross bun, didn't you? Yeah, it was over the road. You need to fetch that. That'd be tasty, that hot cross bun. Have it when you get back. Yeah, there was them horrible ones as well, wasn't there? Yeah. Sorry, just talking to my off-camera assistant. Oh, Lee Dunn's asked a very good question. Did I get any new features when getting 100 subscribers? Well, I was expecting to get some, and to be honest, I haven't had a proper look yet. I was thinking I would do. I think some new options. I think there's oh, that's a good point. I haven't had any emails about that. I need to watch out for that. Oh, I should check my emails. There was a thing about a boot camp thing that I got sent. Hang on, I check my emails. See if thank you for reminding me. Yeah, there's some boot. They said sign up. You can do this boot camp. Learn about being an expert. Yeah, expert on YouTube. Which I thought I might as well do because I do quite a bit on YouTube. Well, that's where all this is. This is the focus of all my attentions. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. Not check my emails for a few days. Check emails. No messages. Oh no, I might be checking the wrong emails. Oh no, hang on, let's see. Oh, I bet you I've missed. Now that's going to cheer me up, isn't it? If I've missed my thing. Missed. Right, hang on. How do I do? How do I check emails? Yeah, not that one, the other one. Alright, okay. Right, I'm just going to check these emails. See if there's any new features. I'll tell you what. I noticed something. True Geordie, he did a video. Newcastle 1, Newcastle 1, 3 Bournemouth, Rage. And he's changed the picture on it. First of all, it was one picture, and he changed it to another one with him looking angrier. He really does trade on hate and anger, doesn't he? But that's his choice, isn't it? Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Hope I haven't just switched off the stream. Don't want to mess anything up. Now, how do I get to the emails? How? Oh, this is so confusing. My channel. Yeah. I don't know how you do anything on these things, really. They always move everything around and it gets so confusing. Okay, see red. Can you not just... How do I get to my emails? Please. Let's try this. Push that one. No, I just want to get to my email. Oh, I know. I've got an idea. Right, okay. Make that small again. I bet you if I went back, somebody would be telling me how to get to my emails. Oh no, when did I do that? Right, oh, Craig S says he thinks it'll be a draw next week. And Luke Stacey, hello Luke, nice to see you, says he'll take a scrappy 0-0 next week. Doesn't think it'll be the end of us if we lose. I think it's going to be pretty hard. We just need to get results. We just need wins, wins, wins. Oh, it's really starting to stress me. I can't even think about football at the minute. Hey, it's terrible. I mean, we are one of the most frustrating sides for chucking away. You know, you would have thought after we were set up, the first thing I thought when we went and we beat Man United and we took that point off of Liverpool, which we should have won as well. First thing I thought was, watch us chuck away points against the easier matches. Yep, and wasn't far off doing that, were we? Okay, let's have a check. Well, no, nobody's wrote to me about anything about that. That's great. Okay, yeah, they were supposed to get some boot camp thing, and it's not happened. So obviously they don't care about me. They don't love me. That was supposed to have already started. So they probably just said, "Oh, no, Gloatysock, look at we've checked his channel. It's rubbish, so we won't be using him. He can't go on the boot camp. Probably prejudiced against socks." Oh, James Parker's just nipped in to say, Glossy just wanted to pop and say, keep doing what you're doing. Oh, that's very kind. It's a great channel and something different, and hope you get the viewership it deserves. We'll stay and watch, but got coursework. Hey, James, what? You never told us what you're studying, actually. So let us know what you're studying. Yeah. Let us know what you're studying, because I might be an expert in it. It's not impossible. But yes, get on with your homework, please do. But I may be an expert on it, because I'm an expert on one or two things, actually. Yes. I thought I was an expert on audio routing, but I think I got confused what audio routing is. An off-camera assistant thought he was, and he was wrong. But we may be able to help you. Is it architecture you're doing? Tell us if it's architecture, because I don't know anything about architecture, but it'll be a weight off my mind. And that's, so just tell us, James, yeah? If you've gone already, I might tweet you later on and ask you. Lee Dunn says, can you type the email in the search bar, like Gmail, Hotmail, whatever you're on, and sign in? I think that's why. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, I've in the actual emails. Yeah, I can't. It's not there. Maybe they're going to ask me later on, but who knows? Oh, okay, right. James Parker. It's not. It's not architecture. He's doing biomedical science. Ooh, biomedical science. Ooh. Hey, do you know what? There's this biomedical place where they cook up the monkeys, isn't it? What's it called? Biocity or Biocity or something. That's in the middle of Nottingham. Yeah. Hey, it's funny because you know all them people that do protests and stuff against animal experimentation. Well, they go to that place, Huntington Life Sciences, or they used to. I don't know if they do it anymore. But then they never go to that place, Biocity, because I've heard a rumour that there's like loads of monkeys down in the basement, and there's an incinerator on the top, but when they're finished with the monkeys, they lob them in the incinerator. It's not very nice, is it? No. But that's what I've heard, and you don't ever see any, like swampy type people protesting. Hey, maybe you know, James, don't know. But, yeah, biomedical science. Ooh, ooh, that's quite complex. No, Lee, thank you for asking. No, I don't think it is in my drafts or trash or anything like that. No, it isn't. I've looked for it. No, I think maybe they'll send it to me later. Maybe they've disowned me. YouTube and Google. Hey, James, you'll be in Nottingham. Don't forget people, just remind people about Gloatysock every now and then. Just say, just say, Hi, how you doing? How is everything? Oh, you haven't forgotten about Gloatysock, have you? Oh, he's just a pal of mine, online. 'Cause we are pals, I like to think. James, yeah? Oh, we're pals, me and Lee, we're pals, I think, Not met in first person terms, but we'll do some point in the future, I expect. And Luke Stacey, he's an old chum of ours, yeah. And Craig S. Well, he's a mighty nice chap, isn't he? Yeah. Ah, this is it, James. Yeah, James says he's shown a few flatmates, non-Sunderland fans, and he said they found it well funny. Hey, well look, we need to build, like Hulkamania. I don't know if you're of the age where you would know about Hulk Hogan, but Gloaty Mania or something like that. We need to get built up, so people recognise me. Craig says thanks. Well, that's all right, Craig. You're a good pal of us, Craig. Yes, yes. Yeah, James. Yeah, thank you for showing your friends. Yeah, your flatmates. What year are you in, James? How close are you to your final exams? Are you learning about polymers? Yeah? Reductase reactions and stuff like that? Oh. Laydon says Firmino scored and Liverpool are winning. Man United 2-0. I'm not a big fan of Liverpool, actually. Lay says, not sure if you care, but yeah, it's alright. Interesting to hear about. Oh, James Parker is in his second year, so next year is his finals. Oh, and what will you go on to do with that biomedical science degree? You're not going to become a milkman or anything like that, I expect. You're not going to be, or hopefully you won't be doing things for, biological warfare or anything like that. Which it's easy to end up doing, because there's a lot of people get into that sphere of stuff, but it's not fun. But I think they might do some of that at that place I mentioned where they cut the monkeys up. Cut them up, didn't say cut, but they probably do cut them. Because it's cruel, isn't it? But you never see the Huntington Daft Sciences Brigade and Swampy and all the rest of them down there. Well, James Parker reckons he's going to do postgraduate medicine and studies to become a doctor, but not fully sure like. Ooh. Well, James, let me tell you something about doctors. They're incredibly well paid, very secure jobs if you go into the NHS, even more secure if you go private. Have you any particular area of specialisation you wish to specialise in? Huh? Please let us know. As it happens, I mix often with doctory type people. Yeah. In fact, I hang around with professors some of the time, yeah, because I'm like that, yeah. Highly intellectual people I hang around with. Oh, movers and shakers. I'd have to leave off-camera assistant behind, but yeah. Do you need a new foot? I can sort you out a new foot if you need one. That goes for anyone. I'll sort you out with a new foot. No bloke who's going to... Well, it'll be a few years, but he'll have no feet. He'll put them in a petri dish, and he washes off all the cells, and is left with a framework, and then he chucks a load of them steamy cells on him, and then the foot, no foot. Well, that's what I reckon anyway. He's, well, clever, he can do that. He says he's going to do sock medicine. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know socks required medicine. Just a bit of darn, yeah, and a needle and a thread. That's it. Yes. Okay. Laydon says, need more doctors, because they consider considering most go on strikes and things like that. Yes. Yeah. Whew, them junior doctors. Whew, they wind me up a little bit because it's a lovely career path. You can get tons of money down the line, and they're going, oh no, we don't got enough money. Oh, seen them in Nottingham. You've seen them, James. You've seen them, James. In Nottingham the other week. Not enough money. We need more. Save the NHS. Except most of them are like, save the NHS. Talking middle classy type things. Yeah, we don't have enough money for our wine and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know, it confuses me, because doctors are absolutely minted. It is one of the biggest earners possible. But James Parker, he is hoping, maybe he's thinking about doing, he says, haha, probably oncology. as disturbing as that seems. Isn't oncology about people who've got cancer? Isn't that treatment and stuff for people with cancer? I don't know. Lee Dunn says some think they're better than us. I don't think there are doctors. I agree with that. There's some doctors, they're very condescending. Particularly if you go, hello doctor, has a few problems. My legs turned brown and and they'll say, oh well, you probably got a bit of flu or something. Come back, people get, and then you go off and then your legs dropped off and you've got one eye left, and then they say, oh well, if you must have it, and you say, can I have some tests or something, please? And they say, well, no, I think you're taking this a little bit out of context. You know the way they talk. So yeah, they wind me up a little bit. Some doctors, but some are really nice and they just bang out, do whatever test you want. Yeah, they just go with the flow. Yeah. So James says, eye tumours. That's not eye tumours. No, that's because he's talking like a Sunderland. So he means eye tumours, not tulips. Eye tulips. That would be a terrible condition. Could you imagine that? Coming down with eye tulips. You wake up and your eyes become a tulip. Both of them. If you've got one eye, it'd just be your one eye become a tulip. But eye tulips. Yeah, tumours. Oh, it's terrible, tumours. Yeah. Fun stuff, he says. Well, see, thing about oncology. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, this is some debate. I wasn't expecting to get into this today. I'll tell you the thing about oncologists that bother me. They always want to do operations. They seem to always want to do operations on people that there's no point doing operations on. Look, there's a sad fact of life that when you get sick at some point, there's no point doing anything with you because you're brown bread, basically. And all you're doing by doing operations is just extending the misery. But they'll just do operation after operation after operation, and they never seem to say, alright, no, that's it, you're finished. There's no point doing anything. If we leave this, alright, you can do an operation, you might live for 1 month. Or, we don't do anything, and you die in the next week, and you end your misery. They never say that. They say, we're doing another 5 operations. And whose record does it end up on? Ends up on the person who's done the operation, not the oncologist. So there you go. See, I am an expert on many areas. I was saying this. I mean, maybe I'm not an expert on it, but, got an opinion. So I don't know. But, James, I wish you all the best with that. What's your coursework on? Is it about something I might know about? Yeah? Reductase reactions? Yeah? Stomas? Yeah? What else do I know about medical stuff? Hormone replacement therapy. Yeah? Diabetes. Yeah? Is it something like that? Let us know if you're still here. He might be a good boy and might have gone off to do some work. Might be working very hard. Which you have to do, because you don't want your doctor to get, you don't want them to have just done something online and got a certificate off the internet and then come along and go, can you bend over please, Mr. Riddles, or whatever your name is? Alright, now don't worry, I'm just going to, put my thumb in somewhere unfortunate and see if your prostate has become enlarged. Oh, that's a terrible thing to happen. If your prostate becomes enlarged, then they have to do all kinds of things. They've got all kinds of new technologies, and one of the things they've talking about, I don't know if they do it yet, but I think I've seen it. They take like this electric rod and they put it right in one of your most personal places. And I'm not talking about your bottom, I'm talking about worse than that. I'm talking about, when you like a private place, straight down the middle, threading the eye of the needle, if you know what I mean. And then this thing goes right inside of you, and then bzz, bzz, that's my electric noise. Yeah, they fire electric straight into it to burn the prostate right back. And it's like, oh God, it hurts, But you got to just grin and bear it, or wince and bear, whatever. Ooh. Right, okay, so just to make sure everybody knows what's happening, James Parker is writing about the lack operion for gene expression regulation. Oh, now that sounds interesting. It's as boring as it sounds. No, I think that's fascinating. Has that got any of them steam cells in it, James Parker? Has that got steam cells that they regenerate when they wash? Is that about? Actually, is that what I was just talking about my friend who was going to make new feet? When you wash all the cells off and you're left with a framework? No, that's probably not. No, gene expression regulation. No, that's probably something to do with, I don't know, curing AIDS or something, where you implant something with a mutant on it. We're not talking like mutant turtles and stuff. No, we're talking about real stuff here, real life. Oh, he says, but yes, he better head off and do it. Enjoy the stream, Gloaty. Well, I'll try to. Oh, it's funny you should say enjoy the stream when I was talking about prostrate trouble just now, wasn't it? Ah, yeah. That's another thing I've noticed. If I eat a curry, it's like having floor max. Do you know what floor max is? That's a thing for people with prostrate troubles. Oh, you can't stop. Cannot stop. I had a curry yesterday and had some more earlier on today. And to be honest, I've not stopped all day. But anyway, you probably didn't think socks did that, but it's true. Well, this is quite lively so far. I'm only going to be around for another 15 minutes, I think. Another 15 minutes. So get your questions in, yeah? Nice and tight questions, so to speak. I don't know why I said nice and tight. Oh no, nice and tight because the time is tight. Yeah, sorry. Got confused. Huh. Right, let's have a check on Twitter and see what people are banging on about on there. Let's see. Okay. Right. Interesting. Very strange Photoshop, I've just seen. Well, I can't see any nose. Ooh. Nottingham Post. Bag yourself a stunning home in the park with a secret cave. Well, it's not much of a secret if you put it in a Nottingham Post, is it? Some people don't think things through, particularly journalists. Okay, still looking, trying to find some interesting news to report on. Oh, okay. Oh, there's an audition for the X Factor in Nottingham. Do you have the X Factor? Ooh. Audition at the at the Victoria Centre this Saturday. Ooh. Should I give it a go? I could do my own song, Christmas Time in Nottingham, or would I have time to compose a new one? The X Factor. Could you see me on X Factor? What song would I do? Hit me, baby, one more time. Oops, I did it again. To the moon and back, and then I'll be at the top of the mountain. I'm going to the moon and back, then I'll be at the top of the mountain. Yeah, that's how David Bowie said mountain. He said mountain. Yeah. Do 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 do. There's a mountain. Anyway, I won't start singing because I won't stop. What other news is there? PDC darts. Oh, hang on. There's darts on at the Nottingham Arena. Oh, and Phil the Power Taylor. It was in a 3-0 lead just a few minutes ago. I had no idea. Do 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 do. Oh, Gav's watching the football. He's not with us today, I don't believe. But he's saying that Man United just pass around the ball without doing anything with it. Such a boring team. Can't disagree. I don't know not to watch them. Think they're rubbish. Do 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 do. What news do we have? Anything interesting? Do 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 do. Andy Cole's writing a load of stuff. He's at the match. Well, that's interesting. Paul McCartney's wrote something. He says, Der Kartenwagenkauf für Paul's-Konzert in Düsseldorf, München und Berlin ist ab sofort für alle Fans eröffnet. Oh, I never realised he could speak Spanish or whatever that is. That's amazing. I have to get Santiago Santa Maria to translate that for us. Okay, let's have a look what we got going on. Okay, see what's in the comments. Craig S says, how long Rafa will last at NUFC? I honestly can't see him going there, but we'll see what happens. I'd be really, really surprised if he goes there, really, because I think he'd be mad. They must be offering him an absolute boatload of money. I'll tell you what. Why do managers still get offered contracts that don't give them the opportunity to chuck them out without paying them any money? Because McLaren has been a disaster. You would have thought they would have, because they cost clubs millions. You would have thought they would have said, if you get to the last 2 months of the season and you're in the relegation places, we can sack you without paying anything. That makes so much sense. Particularly with a club like Newcastle, where they should be expecting to finish higher. So Lee and Craig S says Rafa's career is over if he joins NUFC, and I think he's right. Unless he did something amazing, who has ever come away from there? I mean, even look at Kevin Keegan. Even Kevin Keegan, who's the most successful Bobby Robson, who has walked away from there going, oh, that's gone well. Almost no one. So Lee Dunn asks, do you think we'll be able to get the new call feature for the next one? He says that I'm better than some of the people that go on. Well, that's very nice. I'm hoping so. I mean, look, if I get it working tomorrow, I'll probably do a test program tomorrow but this is infuriating. I mean, I did have an alternative way of doing it, but it was really fiddly and I didn't want to mess around. But I might end up trying to do an alternative way. See, thing is, I've got this thing over here, which won't do quite what I want. And then I've got something else that doesn't quite do what I want. Then I've got this other thing that doesn't do quite what I want. Everything just falls short. Oh, okay. Craig S says, Telegraph are telling us that Rafa Benitez is set for final Newcastle talks despite fears he's having doubts. See, this is it. I would be really surprised if he does actually go. Who would want to go to that club? I mean, look at the people that have been there. It's not just rubbish people that do bad there, I mean, remember last season they had to try twice to get McLaren, and then they laughed at us. They laughed at Sunderland because he didn't want to come to us, but they had to try twice for him. And McLaren hasn't been very good. Oh, my eye's coming off. Can you put that back on? I'll have to switch them after this program. Yeah, McLaren's not been very good, so I really don't know. What are they thinking? If they get him, I think it'd be a real coup. A coup indeed. A coup even. Not like a chicken coop, but a coup. Yeah, I mean, let's think about the managers they've had. Pardew didn't even do that bad apart from that terrible period. They've been so lucky not to get relegated, but yeah, it baffles me. It baffles me why he would go there. He could go to tons of other clubs. I mean, I don't want to be funny, but he could even go to Chelsea. He could even go back to Chelsea. It's not impossible. Craig S thinks he should go to Valencia. I think he'd be more inclined to that. I mean, that's the other thing. Where would you want to go? Would you want to go to Valencia, where it's nice and sunny and lovely, and maybe have your last big team there? Or would you rather go to Newcastle, where it's almost guaranteed to end up in disaster, even if you do manage to creep through, because nobody does well there? If Bobby Robson cannot do well there, if Kevin Keegan can't do well there, what chances Rafa Benitez that people don't like anyway because they think he looks like a waiter? Leydon says some teams are losing a manager. Juventus are losing theirs to Chelsea. So he thinks he could go there. Yeah, I mean, there's much better options. I mean, if you were going to pick a team with black and white stripes, so would you rather have Juve or Newcastle? Of course, at Juve they don't have the several hundred thousand fans crammed outside the stadium, desperate to get in. Craig S thinks he'll turn them down. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if McLaren is still in charge for the derby. I really wouldn't. Because I just don't know who. They've used out all of their options, really. Sam Allardyce, there's another one they got rid of. I bet, honestly, I keep saying it to them, but I bet they'd absolutely snap his arm off if they could get him back. I bet they would be absolutely delighted. Could you imagine? They would be like, oh, the saviour, he's come back. Oh, yes, he's a real manager. Bring us the stability we need, I expect. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's very funny. Sam Allardyce, they had Alan Pardew. All these managers weren't good enough for them. They finished, well above the relegation zone. No, not good enough. This great club, this noble club should be finishing. This great club that somehow has earned this tradition of always being in the top half of the table, challenging for Europe. Strange how they went that way. Leydon says they'd probably take anybody at this point. I'm not sure, Lee. Would they? I don't know. I think he's deliberately not taking it. He saw what happened when he took anyone last time, when he put Carver in charge. And Carver was crazy appointment. Leydon says he still thinks they live in the past. What past? What past are they living in? There's no past I remember. They had a period where they had a decent side with Beardsley in. And then they never got any better. They never won anything. They've never had that amazing period of success. It's just the lack of humility that really costs them sometimes, I think. And some Newcastle fans are my friends, and I really want to be friendly and everything with them. But it's really frustrating when you see, the fans hounded out some good managers. Dennis Wise managing there at one point? He didn't do too bad, did he? The chairman's been put in the position where he can't have anyone from London because they chuck him out, say he's part of the London Mafia. You can't have anyone from, he's used up all the managers in Newcastle, Alan Shearer and John Carver. You can't bring back Kevin Keegan because Keegan, he's not up to it anymore. Who are they going to bring in? There's no one left. Rafa Benitez, they must have driven up with an absolute dump truck full of money and said, please, Rafa Benitez. There's a voice like him. It ought to be like Mike Ashley, who is London Mafia probably. Alright, mate. Yeah, he probably talks like that. Yeah. Alright, mate. Come and manage us. Yeah. Please come and manage us. I got you stumped for a truck of money. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we're nearly coming up to an hour, and I was just going to do a short programme tonight, so let's just have a look and see if we've got any final information going around. We're still talking about that gas leak in Nottingham. Hopefully that's nowhere near me. That's a disturbing picture. Doop doop doop. Craig says Gloaty for Sunderland. Oh, look, Stacey's here. He says they haven't come close to winning anything since the Nintendo 64, and suddenly they're a massive club. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something honestly. That club, the team that they had in '94, um, when they did come close to winning the title, and they just fell off towards the end of the season, and Blackburn and Man United juked it out. Um, that was a really good team, mainly because Beardsley was absolutely outstanding. I mean, he was a phenomenal player, and he was at his absolute best at that point, and he was a good 33, 34 years old, and he was outstanding. That team was magnificent, and they were never better than that, and actually the individual players were not that good generally. I mean, Rob Lee came out of himself there, and it was a long time coming, but Beardsley brought the best out of Rob Lee, and they brought the best out of Andy Cole, another one it was a long time coming. They were never better than that. Never. And the absolute most mad, daft thing they ever did was sell Andy Cole to Man United of all teams. Why? That was potty. I remember I was listening to the radio trying to get the cricket scores, and it went, Andy Cole has transferred to Manchester United for 7 million. And I was listening with a friend of mine, and we both looked at each other and said at the same time, Andy Cole is transferred to Newcastle for 7 million. And people were all around us, and they went, you what? Oh, you're making all that's rubbish. You talk some rubbish, you do, Gloatysock. And I said, no, it's true. And my friend said, yeah, it's true, it's true, it's true, it really was happened. And I was like, yeah, it's true, Klaus. And Klaus went, yeah, it's true, yeah, yeah, yeah. And, yeah, nobody believed us, and eventually they did believe us because it was true. But it was the worst. And from that point on, I don't think that Newcastle have ever been on the right track. Ever. That was the worst thing. Everything was going their way until then. They could have been a really big club, but, So Craig S. is asking, if I was the Sunderland manager, what formation would I play? Well, I'm quite keen on 4-4-2 still, and I know people say, well, I think Leicester have sort of 4-4-2'd it this season, really, haven't they, most of the time? So I always play 4-4-2. But I might be a little bit more clever than that, I like a 4-4-2. Sorry, I shouted. I like a 4-4-2 with deep midfielder and an attacking midfielder. So, like a Catamol or maybe Villa a bit further back, although Villa I think should still offer a lot going forwards. And then who's the other midfielder bloke we've got? Play him a bit forward. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, probably 4-4-2. And I'd have probably Kazri and Defoe up front. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Oh, of course I am. Barini. Yeah, I'd probably play Barini and Defoe up front. And I'd have Kazri, I don't know, on the left wing, but I'd give him a chance in up front sometimes. And on the right wing, well, we ain't got Johnson anymore. So, don't know. Larson or someone, I expect. Yeah. So that's, I think I'll prepare that back. I think it's time to start moving on, O'Shea. So my first choice would probably be Kabul and King Kone. At left back, I'd play an actual traffic cone rather than PVA. And at right back, I'd stick with Billy Jones, I think. I don't think he's as bad as people say, but we've got a Bouet, so probably play a Bouet if he's up to speed. Leydon's asking if I'd sell Giaccherini at the end of the season. Have we still got him? I thought we'd sold him. Isn't he gone? I don't know. Yeah, probably would. I mean, he's not playing, is he? I didn't even know he was still in the squad. I thought there was... Wasn't it him who had the big hoo-ha over? Or am I confused? Yeah, I'd probably sell him. If he's not playing, he's no good to us, is he? Yeah, he's on loan. Yeah, no, I'd get shot of him. If he's not doing any good for us, what's the point of keeping it? We're not like Chelsea, who just buy out players and move them out of the league, so to try and reduce the competition. No, so we might as well just, minimise our wages, and well, I suppose the loan minimises the wages a bit, but what's the point of having players that are never going to do anything for us? Let them move on. Get on with their careers. Anyway, this has been a really great programme. Bearing in mind I didn't bother promoting it much, and I didn't have the planned feature I was going to deploy ready to deploy, but hopefully next time. So to save my jaw, just on the off chance I do a programme tomorrow, if I get this stuff working, I'm going to call it a day. Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining us. We had Craig S, Luke Stacey, Lee Dunn, James Parker was here. He's off doing his studying. Oh, okay. Craig S has just said 4-2-3-1 is the number one formation. Oh, sounds like a pretty funny formation, that. Christmas tree formation, that is almost. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Thanks, Craig S as well. Thank you for your help earlier. Who else was it? I think that's pretty much everyone that was here. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. Doug Stacey, yeah. Something James Parker. Yeah, that's pretty much everyone. Okay, yeah, sorry it's a bit of a short programme today, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, I'll catch you all next time. In the meantime, take care. Keep the faith, well, keep the faith. I'm not really a faith person, but keep your chins up. Only a week and a bit to go till the derby. In the meantime, I'll catch you next time. Au bientôt. Oh no, I said it wrong. It should be more